Namaste, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Yoga Infusion. I'm Dylan, and today's class is going to be all about the hips. So we'll strengthen them, we'll stretch them, we'll get into some juicy stretches, and I hope it feels amazing. I'll see you on the mat. So starting today in Tadasana at the front of the mat, feet hip distance apart, press through all four corners of the feet, lift the toes to press down even further and engage the arches, and then let the toes drop one by one. Lengthen the tailbone towards the heels, lift through the heart space, lift through the crown of the head, roll the shoulders back and down, palms face towards the front of the mat. So just take a second here to really drop in, to allow the day thus far to flutter away. I've had a frustrating morning with some social media issues, and I'm really looking forward to just letting that kind of go away for a little while. Sometimes we have to remember that there's not always something that we can do. I want to fix all the problems, and that's not always possible. Sometimes you just have to wait it out because there is nothing to do. So take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Allow the heels to grow heavier. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Sigh it out. Another like that. Inhale through the nose, grow taller. Open mouth, exhale through the mouth. Last time through the nose. Open mouth, sigh. Excellent. Inhale the right knee into the chest. You can take your hands and clasp the knee. Starting off with some balance. Maybe a couple ankle rolls. First one way and then the other. And then release the leg. Take your hands to your hips and swirl the legs, swirl the toes in a big circle, like you're drawing a big circle on the mat or on the ground. Forward, out, and back, waking up the little muscles in the hips. And now the other way this time. Back, out, and forward. Also waking up the left leg. Excellent. Step it down. Draw the left knee into the chest this time. You can grab your knee with your hands. Press down through the right foot. Grow taller. And then release the leg, hand to the hips, a few circles on this side. Bending lightly in the right knee and drawing those circles on the mat. And then the other way. Back, out, and forward. Waking up the legs and step it down. Once again, inhale, draw the right knee into the chest. Press down through all four corners of the left foot. Grow taller. And take your left hand to your left knee this time. Reach the right arm back. And if you can, look over your right shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. Take your right hand to your right ankle. Bring the leg around behind you, quad stretch. Lengthen the tailbone, lengthen the knee towards the mat. Gentle bend in the left knee. Continue to lengthen the breath, slowly filling up on the inhale and slowly grounding down through the standing leg on the exhale. Great, release the right leg. Draw the left knee into the chest. And then now take the right hand to the left knee and reach back with the left arm. And if you can, if your balance is pretty good today, Look over your left shoulder. Reach the left hand energetically behind you. Balancing. Focus on a point on the wall or in the distance. Excellent. Inhale back through center. Take the left ankle in the left hand this time, quad stretch. So lengthen down through the tailbone, gently engage the core. Open across the chest, widen the collarbones, but point the left knee down towards the mat. Excellent. Release. Inhale, reach the arms down, around and up. Exhale, bend the knees, flat back, forward fold. First forward fold of the day. Perhaps, so bend the knees deeply. If that feels good, allow the head to release. Shake the head yes and no. Invitation to grab opposite elbows above the head and sway left to right. This is one of my favorite poses to gently wake up the body, to allow the spine to decompress. One more deep breath here, bringing the weight forward onto the balls of the feet, so you take some of the weight off of the heels. Exhale, grow heavier. Inhale, glide the hands up the shins to the thighs, elbows into the side body, flat back, half lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step it back, plank. Core engage, press the heels away from you. Lift the navel up and in, press the front body up to meet the back body. Spread the fingers super wide and press into the base of each finger. So make sure there's not any lifting happening between the fingers. Make sure your fingers are spread wide and the weight is in the base of the fingers, the first knuckle, the knuckle that connects with the palm. And then bring the belly to the mat, one straight line. Press to the tops of the feet, squeeze the elbows in, shoulders down, cobra. Exhale, release. Press it through tabletop. Flip the toes under and then press the heels high, or hips high, sorry, downward facing dog. Beginning downward dog of the day, so keep the knees deeply bent. If your hamstrings are tight, shoulders away from the ears, internally rotate the triceps, externally rotate the biceps. Press through the base of the fingers. Inhale, everybody come up onto the toes, bend the knees deeply. Even if your heels can touch the ground, just come up here for a second. Lift the tailbone high, flat back, press the heart space towards the thighs. And now allow gravity to begin to take over the heels. Deep breath here. Exhale, press the heart space towards the thighs. Excellent. Inhale, right leg lifts. Keep the hips squared, heel to the sky, pinky toe towards the mat. Exhale, rock forward to plank, squeeze the knee in between the elbows. Step it through. Inhale, high lunge. Left heel presses away from you, maybe bend in the left knee, bring the hips underneath the shoulders. Engage the core, lift the crown of the head taller, and then begin to re-straighten that back leg. Excellent. Drop the left knee gently to the mat, low lunge. Get a little bit deeper. You can come onto the top of the left leg, or left foot rather, and gently allow the hips to sink, stretching the left hip flexor. Excellent. Now bring the left hand to the mat. Come back onto the left toes. Lift the left knee. Right arm reaches to the sky. Easy twist. Take the left wrist underneath the left shoulder now. Make sure it's directly underneath the shoulder. Spread the fingers wide and bring the right foot back to meet the left side plank. Lengthen the tailbone towards the heels. Lift the right arm energetically towards the sky. Squeeze the shoulder blades together to engage the back. Reach up and overhead. Plank. Strong plank. And now bring the belly to the mat. Point the toes, bring the heels together. Reach the hands in front of you, clasp hands, index finger pointing. Lift. This is a tough one, you guys. Lift the heels, which engages the booty. Lift the heart space and the fingers. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Engage the back, engage the booty. Squeeze a little bit higher, lift a little bit higher. And release. Press it back to tabletop. Excellent. And then press the hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Square the hips, hit heel to the sky. Exhale, squeeze the knee between the elbows. Inhale here. And exhale, step it through. Inhale, high lunge. Make sure you don't have too much of an arch in the back, so bend that right knee, bring the hips underneath the shoulders. Lift through the crown of the head. And then see about straightening that back leg again. It doesn't need to be straight. We can keep it bent. If this is the first class of the day, like it is for me, maybe we're a little bit tight still, stiff. So practice compassion. Excellent. Drop the right knee down, come into a low lunge, come onto the top of the right foot, and this time you can allow the hips to sink forward, getting a deeper stretch in that right hip flexor. Press through the top of the right foot, allow the shin to melt into the mat. Great job. Now bring the right hand to the mat, lift the right knee up, inhale, left arm reaches to the sky, easy twist. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. See if you can point the heart space to the sky. Excellent. Now look down and make sure that your right wrist is underneath your shoulder and come into side plank, right side. Left arm reaches to the sky, energy pulsating through the body. We're strong here. And reach up and overhead. Plank. Bring the belly to the mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Bring your hands to rest on the mat. You'll bring your forehead to rest on your hands. And from here, flex the right foot, lift the right heel, and lift it up and over to the left and up and over to the right. So press the right heel into the mat, hip into the mat. So you're not opening up as you lift over. Just imagine that you have something on the ground between where your foot is going. So you want to lift your right foot as high as you possibly can, okay? So rest your hands on your forehead. I just wasn't because of my microphone, which is always problematic. And we'll do 10 on each side. Right leg first. 1, 2, 3. Press the hip into the ground. 4. Lift the heel as high as it'll go. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back to center. Flex the left foot. Same thing, opposite side. 1, 2, 3. Press the hip into the ground. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Squeeze the glute. 9 and 10. Back to center. Press it up. Tabletop. We're just moving through tabletop today rather than planks. And then press the hips high. Downward facing dog. Spread the fingers wide. You can keep the knees bent. Shake the head yes and no. And then inhale, right leg lifts, kicks to the sky. Drop the foot back to meet the left and then reach straight out to the side. Back to meet the left, straight back. Back to meet the left, straight out to the side. 10 times. 1, 1. 2, keep the foot flexed. 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, almost there, 7, use the hip muscles, 8, 8, 9, 9, last one, 10, 10, inhale, kick the heel to the sky, exhale, squeeze the knee between the nose, inhale here, exhale, step it through, inhale, high lunge. Taking it kind of slow today, moving slowly. Gonna kick it up a notch here. So drop the left knee to the mat and press back up 10 times. 1, make sure the knee comes directly down. 2, press through the right heel. You can take your hands to your hips. 3, 4, 5, really engage the right glute. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. Bring the left leg in a little bit closer so that as you bend through the right knee, the left knee comes just behind the ankle or by the ankle. That's a staggered squat. So most of the weight is in the right leg. Left leg is just there for balance. Engage the core, lean forward over the right leg, weight in the right heel, bend the right knee, press back up. 1, 2, press through the right heel. 3, 4, 5, 6, core engaged. 7, 8, 9, 10. Now take the left leg back and around, but keep the knee towards that right heel again. Curtsy staggered lunges or staggered squats 10 times. 1, engage the core. 2, press through the right heel. 3, left knee back, left hip back. Or sorry, right knee back, right hip back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Step it back, high lunge. Excellent. Step to the front of the mat, stay on one leg, bring the left knee on top, left ankle. I can't get my body parts down today. Left ankle on top of right knee, bend the right knee, sink the hips back, figure 4 chair. Flex the left foot, press the weight into the right heel, sink the hips back farther than you think you need to, and enjoy the nice stretch in the left hip. Hands to prayer. Focus on a drishti point on the mat, which means a focal point, a point for balance. It can be a speck of dust. It could be some knot in the wood. Excellent. Inhale, come back up. Step it back. High lunge. Press the left heel away from you. Squeeze the right knee in towards the midline. Lift the crown of the head high. And then drop the left hand down, right arm up. Easy twist. Flex the foot, flex the feet. You can roll onto the outer edge of both feet in order to open up that right hip a little bit more, but make sure that your foot stays flexed and in line with the knee. So don't open the knee, the leg any farther than it needs to. You can take your hand to your right hip and massage the thigh open. Excellent. Make sure your left hand's underneath your left shoulder. Step it back. Plank, side plank rather. Lift the right leg 10 times. 1, flex the foot. 2, 3, you can do this from your knees. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reach up and overhead. Lift the hips high. Plank. Chaturanga to upward facing dog. Smile to chaturanga to downward facing dog. Like I said, we're kind of moving slow today, working through all the kinks, but we're still going to get a good workout in. working on flexibility and strength, because the ideal is to have a good amount of both. So sometimes when you're too strong, you lose that flexibility, and if you're too flexible, sometimes you lose that strength. So working a little bit of both. Inhale, left leg kicks to the sky. Exhale, drop it to center. Inhale, lift it straight out to the side, back to center. 1, 2, flex the foot. 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, oops. What are we on? 5 again, maybe. 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9. Last one, 10. 10. Lift the left leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale here. Exhale, step it through. In. Inhale, high lunge. Press through the right heel. Lift the crown of the head tall. Enjoy the stretch in the right hip flexor. I do love this stretch. We sit a lot, so we sometimes really do need to focus on opening the hip flexor, the front of the hip, because it always goes the other way. It's in flexion rather than extension. All right, you can take your hands to your hips here for balance. Drop the right knee down, come back up. Press through the left heel. 1, 2, engage the core. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. Step the right foot in a little bit closer so that when you drop that right knee down, it comes in line or very close to the left heel. Staggered squat. Keep the left hip back 10 times. Weight in the heel. 1, 2, 3. Most of the weight is in the left foot. Right foot's just there for balance. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Step the right leg back and around to the left. Keep the right knee close to the left ankle. Weight is still in the left foot. 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. 10. Great job. Step it back. High lunge. Inhale here. Grow taller. Smile. Exhale. Step it to the front of the mat. Right ankle, left knee. Hands to prayer. Figure 4. Chair. Sink the hips back. Come back to the breath. Inhale, stand up, step it back, high lunge. Bring the right hand to the mat, left arm up, easy twist. Then come onto the outer edge of both feet in order to open the left hip a little more. Only if this feels good to you. Okay, so keep that left foot in line with the knee, so don't roll the foot open. That might mean that you don't go as far as you wish that you did. I don't go as far as I wish that I did, but I can still feel it here, and that's what matters. Excellent. Step it back. Side plank. 10 star side planks. 1, 2. Again, you can do this from the knee or the forearm. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Plank. Vinyasa. To downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step the right leg to the outside of the right hand. High lizard. Press the left heel away from you. You can stay up here or drop the left knee down, press to the top of the left foot. Grow taller in the spine. Gently dip the chin to create a long line of energy in the back of the neck. And yogi's choice, stay here or move the left knee farther back, coming down onto the forearms. Coming back to the breath. If you fell out of the present moment, just come on back. Sending the breath as light and energy into the places where you feel sensation, with the intention to release, to let go. If you are down on your forearms, come back onto your hands, scoot the left knee in closer. Lift the left knee, step the right leg back, plank, Vinyasa. To downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step the left leg on the outside of the left hand, high lizard. You can drop the right knee down, press into the top of the right foot, melt the shin into the mat. Focusing on lengthening the breath, inhaling through the nose, and slowly sending that inhale, that light, all the way throughout the body. And exhaling slowly through the nose, allowing the hips to be heavier, the contact with the ground to feel more solid and secure. You can move the right knee farther back, come down onto your forearms. Or stay up where you were at. Whatever feels juicy and wonderful in your body. Inhale, walk yourself back up onto your hands. Move the right knee in closer. Step it back. Plank, Vinyasa. To downward facing dog. Inhale, bring the knees onto the mat, come into tabletop. Make sure that your wrists are directly underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. And from here, our last little bit of strenuous-ish exercise. So bring the weight onto the left knee. Keep the leg at a 90-degree angle, or do your best. Flex your right foot like you're trying to kick the ceiling, and then kick the ceiling. So you can come all the way down. I tend to notice that I get better connection with my glute when I leave my leg up higher in the air, so I keep constant tension in the glute. But you can come all the way down. You just see how it feels in your body, and we'll pulse 10 times. 1, 2, 3, engage the core. 4, 5, kick the ceiling. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring the knee back to center, and then lift directly out to the side, engaging the outer hip. So don't swing it open, but just lift with the hip. Flex the foot as high as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then straighten the leg now and kick the heel to the sky 10 times. 1, 2, core tight. 3, 4, 5, 6, hips squared. 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. Now onto the other side. left heel to the sky. Try to keep your legs at a 90-degree angle. I realize if you can't see yourself, that makes it hard, but just do your best. 1, 2, 3. Keep the hips square, so don't open the leg. This is my trouble on this side. 1, 2, 3. Yes, I realize we started over. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Straight out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Straighten the leg, keep the hips square, kick straight to the sky. 1, heel to the sky. 2, pinky toes towards the mat. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. Tabletop. And then bring the right knee forward, right leg forward. Set yourself up for pigeon. So you don't need to bring your shin parallel to the front of the mat, just wherever it feels good to you. Press to the top of the left foot, square the hip, so right hip comes back, left hip moves forward. And feel free to stay up here if you're already feeling a really nice stretch right now in the hip. Or inhale, grow longer, find a lot of length in the spine, and then keeping that length, walk your hands forward to a place that feels comfortable. Maybe grab a block to rest your head on if that sounds nice to you. I have kind of hard blocks, so that's not always great for resting. Come back to the breath. Press the left hip down, right hip back. Begin to slow everything down. Really dropping back into the present moment. So if you're feeling a lot of sensation and it's kind of overwhelming, you can feel free to back off just a smidge. See if that helps, but don't be afraid to breathe through sensation. So if there's pain, there's a difference between pain and the sensation that I'm talking about. Pain hurts. Sensation can be uncomfortable, but doesn't hurt. And sometimes it's leaning into the discomfort that's really going to open up the doors to new possibilities. So I always say that what we practice on the mat are the things that we practice in real life and off of the mat. I guess, on the mat is also real life, but life off of the mat. And we should notice, we should try to pay attention to the way that we react to things on the mat. We react to discomfort if we try to shy away or lean into or just pause and notice, and maybe it'll go away once you've noticed it. Maybe it's only discomfort because it's something new or different. And maybe after you've noticed it or you've sat with it for a little while, it no longer becomes uncomfortable. It becomes something good, something exciting or relaxing or something different than what you were experiencing before. So just notice what you're feeling right now. Notice how you react to what you're feeling right now. Come back to the breath. Come back to breathing light and love and energy into your body. Knowing that your breath controls every moment. Your breath controls the reactions of the body. If it's long and slow, your body knows that it's safe, that it can release. If your breath is short and shallow, what is that telling your body? What is that telling your mind? The more that we can focus on lengthening the breath, the more that we can focus on release in the body. And I'll be quiet on the other side so we have some moments of silence. Walk your hands back into the body. Look over your right shoulder, press to the top of the right foot. Left foot. Come back to center. Flip the left toes under, lift the hips high, three-legged dog. You can take a couple circles with the toes of the right foot. Switching directions. Come back into tabletop. Bring the left leg forward this time. Set yourself up for your pigeon. You can always do this on the back. Press to the top of the right foot. Inhale, lift, grow taller, square the hips. And with that length, walk the hands forward and come into your pigeon. Whatever that looks like for you on this side. And just focus on lengthening the inhales and the exhales. Maybe for a count of 3. And seeing if you can extend the exhale to a count of 4. So inhaling 1, 2, 3. Exhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Seeing how that feels in the body. And I'll leave you to breathe and to sink and to relax here for a few moments. You'll hear my voice again to lead us out of pigeon. Inhale, walk the hands back in towards the body. Press through the right foot, look over the left shoulder. And then plant the palms, flip the right toes under, lift the hips, three-legged dog. And a few circles with the toes, painting that circle on the side of the room. Coming down to sit on your bum. Bring the right foot into the left thigh. Inhale, reach the arms up, grow taller, smile, flex the left foot, and then forward fold over the left leg, Janu Shirsasana. Continuing to focus on that slow breath, that 3-count inhale and 4-count exhale, if you chose to follow along. Inhale, come back up, take the right leg long this time, left foot inside of the right thigh. Inhale and grow taller, lift to the sky, flex the right foot, and exhale, forward fold. Forehead to knee pose. Inhale, coming back up. Take both legs long this time. Feet hip distance apart, flex the toes, and then reach your hands back around behind you to the right. So your left hip will lift, but both heels stay on the mat. And then bring your forehead towards the mat. Inhale, other side. Heels on the ground, right hip lifts, both hands reach around to the left, forehead towards the mat. Inhale, back to center. Soles of the feet to the mat, roll down onto the back. Right knee into the chest. And then paint the right knee over to the left. Look over your right shoulder, supine twist. Moving back through center. Right leg long, left knee into the chest. Supine twist. Come back to center, bring the soles of the feet together, knees fall to the left and right. Shimmy the shoulders up underneath the heart space and allow the back of the hands, so the opposite of the palms, to fall onto the floor beside your mat. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, open mouth. Release any leftover tension from today, from the practice. Know that now is the time in Shavasana or in Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined bound angle pose. Whichever you choose, you can take your legs long, but know now that this moment, this time in your practice is beneficial. This moment of stillness at the end is the moment when your body and your mind really begins to process the work that we've done today here on the mat. So give your body and your mind this moment of stillness, allowing the thoughts that flutter in to flutter back out, to move across the backs of your eyelids like clouds moving in the sky. Allowing the body and the mind to just be in this moment. So stay here for as long as you're able. When you're ready, you can come out of it slowly on your own. And I look forward to seeing you in our next practice together. Namaste.